S'il vous plaît? I don't know. Like,
S'il vous plaît.
What does that even mean? Someone... I think I heard it in a song. Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let me tweet that out.
Oh yes, I need to tweet that out. Oh, so you will tweet and I will retweet.
Oh,
sure.
let me take a screenshot of us. So smile.
Ah yes, like this.
Whoops, sorry. Hold on. Let me do it again. All right, that's good. That's good.
That's what we want, you know.
That's great. That's great. Okay, I tweeted it. You can retweet me now. I'm
pretty
you.
sure it's a ah yes, that's genius. I like it. So welcome everyone. We have a new work. We are thumbnails maker of the year. Jamon.
Let me let people know here. Okay, there we go. Cool. How you doing, David, by the way?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Plenty of good news.
Yeah.
So we decided with my girlfriend to go to the doctor to grow our family. So I need to do all the testing, but I said I'm doing some workout, so according to the doctor, I'm good.
You're good. Well, that's always good to hear. That's always good to hear. You know what? Someone said something in chat, but unfortunately I wasn't in the right thing, and then it doesn't show me what they said. Hold on. Derek says hi. Why is it not? It's not telling me. It's not telling me what's going on here. Who said the first thing? It's too small on my screen. Hey, welcome back. I'm sorry, I can't read it. It's too far away. It's too small, and it doesn't show up on my normal chat thing. I got all the excuses in the world. I got all the excuses.
It's perfect because I can tell it. I can do the co-driver, you know.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you coming on, David. It's fantastic. When did we first meet? Was that in Poland?
No, it was with this. I think it was this one. So the first time I meet Gant in Helsinki,
right?
In the best party we ever had. That's a secret about aquarium and
Ahmed.
Party.
Yeah,
we are not going to say anything about that. And I think
what happens in Helsinki stays in Helsinki.
In the aquarium, especially. And after that, I think it was 2017. No,
2017? 2018? So you met Gant before you met me.
Yes, because Gant is everywhere, of course. And that's how because I wanted to be like really, I wanted to learn React Native. And at the time, they were not, well, it's simple. You just go on internet, you ask conference about React Native.
Yeah.
And you just go at one and you try to get there every year. And 5 years after, you can say, I'm an expert professional in React Native. So that's how these things
started. Professional. That's all of us, yes.
Full stack, serverless, React Native.
I'm going to put the French flag after your name. Oh, is this going to not work? Yeah. It's not going to work, is it? Ah, why not? It just shows up as two boxes. It doesn't support Unicode.
Oh.
That's too bad.
Yes, we need to mention people on Twitter to fix this right now.
Absolutely. Please. Come on now. Come on.
If there is no emojis, come on. It's a thing of the past. It's the same thing as don't support accent, like UTF-8 and Windows. I'm pretty sure you know that, Kevin. Back in the days when we were using Windows machines.
Oh yes.
And it was fun. The internet was in 256 colors.
All 256. Hey, Ahmed, yes, David's accent is fantastic. He's from France.
Yes. My accent is fantastic.
Todd, happy Friday. OG, happy Friday. Thanks for joining. AQ, hello. Is this someone new or is this someone that we've seen before with a new name? Flexbox says hi. So David is Flexbox, by the way. So Flexbox
Yes.
Live, that is David.
On GitHub.
Yeah. Archangel, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. Salut. Yeah. France. Yeah, so he's joining us. It's what time is it over there right now?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
So,
Okay.
End of the Friday, end of the week. How did I learn this week? Not so much. So I hired an intern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's so funny because I told him, hey, yes, so build an app, take that. It's Asura, it's okay. Take that, is Heroku, Azura, sorry.
Yeah.
Take that, it's React Native. Take that. Oh, it's GraphQL, by the way. Don't make it simple. He's 19 years old.
Yeah.
And he shipped this React Native Heroes app. Basically a product hunt clone.
Yeah.
With Azura, React Native, GraphQL.
That sounds cool.
And things like that. And I told him, yes, do a meetup. Come on. And so he just had the talk yesterday.
Yeah.
19
awesome.
years old, and he was like, whoa. You don't realize that you know a lot of things. That's pretty good, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty
it's like
good.
the same as frog in IT. I think we call that frog jump.
Okay.
When, like, it's the same in India. They don't have wires for the internet infrastructure. They just have 4G, or the same as the Elon Musk company about the Wi-Fi. For the Wi-Fi.
By the way, I want to set the stage for everybody who's tuning in. We are going to be going over Visual Studio Code setup for React Native, and David is someone who, my nickname for David is Captain Automation. He's the type of guy that if it can't be automated, he's not all that interested. He's going to try to find a way to automate it one way or another and make it all better, which is awesome because, like, I got to admit, my approach to this stuff, I learn like keyboard shortcuts for sure. I get really fast at them, and then I sort of like hit a certain point, and then I stop like innovating. And I don't really like that about myself. I prefer to I'd rather have the instincts that David has, which is always be improving, always getting better at your setup. So I'm really excited. David, I know you sent me a bunch of stuff we're going to be going over here. So welcome. I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, I'm happy to join you.
Mm-hmm.
And all our lovely people in the chat.
Yes.
So what I need to learn new stuff. If people are in the chat have the really nice advice about automation.
Yeah.
Send it, write it down, please.
Yes, we'll definitely be watching chat to see how this goes. All right, so let's start, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our dual screen here and get this properly set up here. So I don't know if you knew this, but there's actually, in the getting started thing, there's walkthroughs in Visual Studio Code. And there's all kinds of them in here. One of them is actually React Native development. I don't know where this comes from, but it actually has like... it actually links
nice.
to... Yeah.
So it's a brand new
I don't know.
This is a
I've never
brand
seen
new...
this. So learn more goes to the docs. And then there's, hey, Darren, afternoon, evening. Yeah, it's evening for David. It's, of course, morning here. So set up React, and then we've got prepare for Expo. So I click on that, and if I hit learn more, it looks like it goes to a VS Code. What is this? Microsoft. What are you doing here? This is from Microsoft. VS Code React Native. Okay, VS Code extension for React Native supports debugging and editor integration.
I see. I think it's React Native extensions.
It must be. And so it lets you debug and run React Native commands. Working React Native environment emulator VS Code /React to store intermediate files required for debugging.
Oh, it's how to hook up the debugger directly in VS Code.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
I tried once, but I never... I like to have isolated tools, you know. It's like I hate when people are using the terminal in VS Code.
Yeah, I have not gotten to the point where I use the terminal in VS Code. I keep wanting to because it seems like it'd be kind of cool to have it all in one, but for some reason, I guess I'm just too much of an old man, you know. I just I always reach for my terminal.
It's not really old because you have more space, basically.
Yeah.
On the screen. So it's like pure science. And when I do boot camps, I have students.
Yeah.
And they don't really know the difference when you need to commit, when you need to you have like 10 terminals. So you are running 10 times Expo. So that's why Metro is not happy.
Yeah. Totally.
And we know Metro is
show dev
fun.
menu. Look at this. There's even like a show dev menu. You can reload the app from VS Code. All right. Before we get any further, do I have that installed? I must have it installed if it's showing this. I have a lot of stuff installed here. If you, by the way, those of you in, there it is right there. So React Native tools. All right. We'll come back to that. That's definitely, we're going to be talking extensions for sure. But let's just look at this some more. So then prepare for Expo. There's that. Prepare React Native for Mac OS. And it looks like it has some official requirements. Hermes, run and debug, so you can actually set up some information here. Interesting. So there's configuration kind of options, adding the configuration right there. And then extension features, there's some more. There's like React Native commands in the command palette. Yeah.
This is nice, but when you do that, you need to add the documentation because otherwise people don't know.
Right.
And you need to maintain. So
it
depends on the project.
Ahmed says,
I jump on a lot of different projects. And
that is true. So Ahmed says, I hate having terminal windows outside of VS Code. VS Code, make games. Chop, chop. We may at some point. But yeah, we have Hermes. We have, be able to create it and explore extension features. So this is actually something I'd like to do more of as we get into this. But I do want to talk a little bit about this. So first off, and in your notes, you have why are we doing this episode? So David, talk about why we're doing this.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Where is my axe?
Do you have an axe?
I forgot. No, yet it's at my outside. Yes, but no, I forgot. So yes, why I'm doing this is because how I started to learn React Native, React basically. So I started to like query an API, CMS, like basic stuff for quotes. And this one hit me. It's from Abraham Lincoln, and he said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening my axe." Screenshot. Yes, I will do a screenshot. Screenshot and tweet right now. So when I hired so I do a lot of boot camps as a coach.
Yeah.
And during 3 days, we spend half day speaking about the ecosystem. And I'm like, okay, so now we're not going to do any features. We're going to hold on, just add plenty of different tools that when we are in a situation of coding, we are really fast. We have sharp tools. Everything is set up and we don't waste time in, how do you write a function again? How do you, how it works? How can I debug it? So
yeah. No, I totally agree. I love this quote. Maybe it's not, like sometimes you just got to sit down and write code, but ultimately, the more efficient you are, the better your tooling, the easier the actual project will go. And then not only that, but this may seem kind of weird, well, if you just spent your 6 hours chopping down the tree, you'd have the same result as spending 4 sharpening the axe and 2 hours chopping the tree. But then you are not wasting as much energy. You're not as tired at the end. You also have a sharper axe for the next time. Maybe you're better at sharpening the axe for the next time. It's like, It's compounding. It's sort of like, how you have like compound interest for investment. That's how I look at this. You're investing time into your setup so that next time you're much better. And it doesn't actually take that much to make that payoff.
Yeah, exactly. And if you are running a company, in fact, that's how the boot. It's a Le Wagon. It's a boot camp. So it's another boot camp, really famous in France and Ruby on Rails. And because I have plenty of friends who did boot camps, coding boot camps, blah blah, and there is no setup day.
Yeah,
I found this ridiculous because if you have a company, when you will onboard people at some point, so you need to have like a setup guide. Everything is done. You just run a script and boom. Yeah, you install everything. I use Brew for myself.
Brew,
so basically I run a script. Brew, a Brew file. I think I don't know. I just run a script and boom, it's installing everything that I need.
That's cool.
On my machine, on my new Mac.
That doesn't surprise me at all with you. Yeah, it seems like something you do really well. So that's awesome. And you can always start with like documenting your steps. And then as you document them, you can start replacing documentation with actual automation.
Exactly.
And in fact, I'm going to show, let me see if I can do this here. There's some very triumphant music here. I'm totally agreed with Mark Rickett, sorry, in the chat. He says, I prefer item Yes. I am team item here as well. So you know what's funny is I used iTerm for many years. I actually went away from it. And yes, I did. Why? I went away from it and I have not missed it since I've gone away from it. However, I am going to, really quickly, before I do this. So I have this setup.zsh, setup Jamon environment, and it like reaches out and gets homebrew. It installs a bunch of other stuff. I actually disabled this recently for reasons that I don't remember. But what I originally did was like, I would actually do instead of like, oh, I see. Oh, okay. So this is the old style, and then this is the new one here. But I would do something like echo install zsh completions, oh my zsh, etc. Right? So
Yeah.
it would just tell me to do stuff, and then I'd have like, and I don't remember exactly how to do it, but I'd have a little like pause, to hit enter type of thing, and then later, then I would actually automate it. So you can kind of start there with your automation scripts. But anyway, we're not going to necessarily go deep into that for the purposes of what we're doing here. And sorry if I'm blocking out David. The way that I have this set up, David, your camera is going blurry.
Yeah.
The way I have this set up is David's screen is kind of close to my screen. In fact, if I move it over here. Oh, never mind. No, it's working. It's working how I would expect it to. Good. Okay. Never mind. Let's move on. Okay. So, yeah, Mark says iTerm 2. I did use iTerm 2. I eventually went back to Terminal because I was having some trouble with iTerm 2, and it would freeze up in weird situations and stuff. That's probably no longer the case, but I went away from it and I haven't really looked back. Some people like to use the built-in one on VS Code, and that's something you can do as well.
Yeah, but now it's fine. We have Apple, and so I know you need to buy the new M2 Mac Silicon.
I have that now. The
M2, the next.
Wait,
the next
M2?
one.
M2.
Also M3, if it's lagging.
That's true. Okay, so the productivity police said to use these tools. Talk to me about Oh My Z Show.
So it's a tool. It's a script. It's a framework.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. In fact, I have no idea what is it. It's
says
not a framework.
Yeah.
It's a framework. They say it's a framework. Okay.
Yes.
So when you have a terminal, having black and white screen all day doesn't spark joy at all. What we need, we want some colors. We want a tool who said, hey, David, you're on the branch main.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do stupid things. We want things to say, hey, this project is running on Node version 16, or you're on Ruby version 4, or whatever. So if you spend half a day configuring OMZDSH, okay, no problem. You take one day.
Yeah.
But you are ready to go for the next 10 years, I think. No, not really 10 years.
Yep. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and let this kind of roll. But as you can see here, I have sort of like a specific setup here for my prompt. And this is being provided by Oh My Z Show. By the way, the creator of Oh My Z Show, Robbie Russell, is a guy that I know. He's from Portland, and he owns an agency here.
Nice.
So we've met for coffee a couple times. Cool guy. And yeah, he created something pretty cool. So I'm letting this go in the background while we continue to talk about this stuff. So how do you install Oh My Z Show? Well, I guess you go to ohmyz.sh, and then it'll tell you how to install that.
So two things. If you're on macOS, it's simple. If you're on Linux, it's the same. It's just a script. You run a curl. And if you are on Windows, I got no idea. Oh no! So you can do stuff with
Git bash
VSL,
or
Git
WSL.
bash.
Yeah, that'll allow you to kind of like get similar situations here. Wow, that was fast. Actually pulled that up really fast. So I'm calling this one code optimization, and I'm gonna have this open in the background here.
Oh, so I think for the audience you can write. So here, if you write code, it's green, and if you write YOLO, your prompt is gonna be red.
Yeah.
So that's a small thing. That's a really small thing, but it makes a difference when you are doing really stressful things or
yeah, you can see that like as I type in, David, nothing there. And of course, if I do that, no command not found, David, right? And is there a Jamon command? There is no Jamon command. All right. If I say ignite, I don't have it. But if I were to do do I have anything else like that? But yeah, certainly any built-in commands or code or remove or or make directory is there. You can also hit tab.
Take.
By the way,
you can write take and it's go directly on the. It's creating a new folder and going directly.
What is
on it? Take. Take.
What is that?
Take. It's a command on with omazh. Yes, take and yes, it's mkdir and going directly to. So take David.
Oh, it creates one and then goes into it.
Yes.
I just learned something. Those of you in chat, did you know about take? That's pretty cool. Ahmed says there's something called Oh My Posh for PowerShell.
Yeah, I think it's the same, and Oh My. There is another one. I don't remember, but yeah, Oh My Zits is it's the famous one.
Take,
and we can,
dude, take. That is awesome. I need to remember that. That is really cool. But yes, that's cool stuff. I didn't know about take. Really cool. No more make dir and cd. Yeah, exactly.
And now what we can do, we can.
It'll fix that typo too for you, Mark, because then it will either basically it'll make the wrong directory in CDU into that wrong directory.
Yeah. And the other one you can do is zsh_stats with an extra s to spy what you are doing.
Like this?
No, it's zsh_stats.
With a, just like this?
Yes. Yes. Enter.
Whoa. So. What? No way.
S brew GCO. So 18%.
Yarn.
So you're not really working, Jamon, because I can see me. I'm using 2000.
You are not really working, Jamon. Okay.
Oh
well,
no, I reached.
How do you figure that?
But no,
that's
for
funny.
me the first three ones are these. So it's like 2000 command for GSS and 1060 for yarn.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's...
Anyway.
What's GSS?
Git status.
Oh, okay,
So
that's my GS.
Yes. Yeah, so it's the same.
So the one that I use with GS is GD.
Yes.
Which is git diff. I use a lot of git diff. And actually there's one called GLG, which I don't know if that shows up here. No, it's not GLG. Well, GLG is fine. This isn't a git. I'll initialize it. GAC is my git add everything and commit.
Yeah.
Do you have one like that? Or do you use something else?
I use Git today. For committing and shipping. I use Committizen.
Oh,
so,
Committizen?
Yeah, so with that I add the ticket.
Yeah.
The GitHub ticket, and it's closing automatically. So I don't like.
Mark, how are you 45% yarn? Yeah, that there are a lot of people use like desktop apps and stuff like that. 45% yarn.
Yeah.
Though? That is a lot.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's a lot. Well, actually, no, because like Mark, you're probably using. Oh yeah, Git Tower. Okay, that's why. He doesn't use Git on the command line. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it depends. To be honest.
Yeah.
We all have our habits.
So ZSH_stats, bang, just like that. Very cool. See, we're learning stuff. Okay, we got Oh My Z shell. Let's go back here. No, I'm on the wrong. Why don't I just combine these? There we go. Okay. So the other thing is iTerm2, and of course people can use the built-in VS Code terminal. They can use the built-in terminal, or they can use iTerm2. iTerm2 is really interesting, and let's see, do I have it? I don't. I actually don't even have it on my machine, so I'm going to go ahead and download it right now. Save.
And I just use it because you can split terminals, which is
Yeah.
nice. And the other main feature is when you select something, it automatically copy this to your clipboard, what you selected. So you
Okay.
don't need to, you can paste it directly. So it's the same, you earn 100 milliseconds, but at scale.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me try to get it started up here. My bad. I'm a little bit behind here. There it is. iTerm 2. Yes, I want to open it. And there we go. So we have iTerm. Now, interestingly, it inherits my prompt and stuff like that because it uses, the same prompt, right? Let me zoom in. So it's using my Z shell setup. All right, cool. And then I'm going to go into code optimization, and there we go. But it's a little prettier in some ways. Like it's got some kind of, it's got like, well, I guess this text is a little hard to read. I'll have to like probably play with that. It's nicer
just,
here.
Yeah, it's just changing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, iTerm 2. So one of the cool things about iTerm 2 is you can hit Command D and it splits it in half, and now you have 2 terminals. And I can hit Command W and it goes away.
And Command Shift D split vertically, horizontally, the other one.
The divider is horizontal, but they're set up vertically. I don't know what you would call that. Yeah. Is that horizontal? Is that vertical? I'm not sure. But
I don't know.
Command Shift D.
It's always it's because I do React Native, so the components flows vertically, horizontally. It's flex direction. I never remember. It's the opposite.
Yeah, totally. And the thing is, let's see here. So I do want to allow notifications for iTerm, which I am doing right here. Probably something like, I don't like lock screen notifications myself. But yeah, there we go. So yeah. So anyway, it's a cool tool for sure. All right, and there's some other stuff there. There's plenty of things. Okay, let's go. And what is Code Insiders?
Oh, so we want a brand new VS Code.
We don't want the one we have.
We don't want to mess up your VS Code.
Okay.
And if you are doing bootcamp presentation whatsoever in big screens, a thing called conferences.
Yep.
So I do that, and my VS Code is like my personal dark screen, like a hacker.
Yeah.
And my VS Code Insiders, it's a feature. It's a preview version, but the beta version.
Yeah.
And I use it when I do bootcamps to display on the screen because the font is light.
Yep.
And it's easier for people to read on that.
Interesting.
And I don't have all the magic tools that I have because if you it's the first time you see React Native code, and if there is too magic, you're not going to understand anything. So that's why I have I'm running 2 VS Code at the same time.
That makes sense. So what basically David's saying is he doesn't want to come in here and be like, okay, what do you already have installed? All right, let's modify that. He wants to start with something fresh. He doesn't want to mess up mine. So let's just go ahead and open or install the beta version. We'll have sort of a playground to work in.
Yeah.
All right, nice. How do I start it?
Code Insider.
Oh, it's still code.
Insiders.
It says linking code to Code Insiders. So I'll have to like
code.
So
now you can run code-insiders dot, and it's done. It's working.
Okay. There we go. So, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? Okay, so this is sort of like a brand new
so
instance here.
To reset up everything. So.
Yes, exactly. So let me go here. In this case, I'm good probably. Would you say? I mean, you do that, right? Like you trust.
I get
folder?
rid of this. I hate. I don't know why No, I know why they did that.
Yeah.
But from a developer perspective,
Yeah.
It's a Windows way.
It's
not,
kind of
it
a
doesn't
Windows way of
spark,
doing things.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't spark joy. Come on, I just want to work. Let me
Doesn't
work,
spark
please.
joy. You know
Let me
what?
delete this file.
Our title should have been Spark Joy with your VS Code React Native setup. That should have been our title.
Okay, so yes, we can do that for the YouTube video.
For the YouTube,
Spark
yeah,
joy.
yeah, yeah.
And we can add a nice thumbnail with Marie Kondo.
So here's the thing. Actually, let me get caught up a little bit. Derek says, same here. I use command line on occasion, but I love Git Tower. Mark says, oh, my Z shell has some great theme support. I have my prompt set to tell me where the directory, and the Git branch I'm currently on. He links to the wiki for the themes. Ahmed says, I managed to build Flipper for ARM64 lately. It feels really smooth. Ooh. Okay, that's cool. Gant says, don't trust it. Okay, I'm clicking yes then. All right. Now, they have sort of like when you're just getting in here, VS Code, what color scheme, things like that. I'm not going to worry
so
about.
choose one. Choose the light one. Choose the light
one.
one.
Yeah.
That in mind,
Good call.
You can differentiate which one is
solarized light, maybe. Ooh, maybe not.
Yeah, I think I use this one, like a brand new, like really simple.
Light plus.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Okay. We're not going to worry about this because we don't want to actually do that right now. Shortcut. We're good on that. Shortcuts. We'll figure that. Okay. Rich support. Language. We don't have to worry about that. Quickly navigate and open multiple files by pressing the right arrow key. What?
Yeah. So it's if you want to display the preview or if you want to open the file directly.
Yeah.
So I'm a Sublime Text user.
Right. I was too.
And so that's why. So for the shortcuts, yes, I use the Sublime shortcuts because
me too.
I don't want to rely on everything. Yeah, it's like it's annoying.
So if I were to do like TSX and then hit the right mouse or hit the right button, I just opened both of those. That's cool. I did not know you could do that. Let's say package.json and I hit the right arrow and then I go and I want also like Gradle and I want to hit right there and right there and right there. And each time it's opening a new file. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of a fan of that. Sorry about the, whoops. Oh no. I got rid of my thing there. There's probably more stuff there, but we're not going to go too deep into it. No light mode, says Ahmed. Hacked forever, says Gant. Yeah.
Actually, there is a lot of science studies who said light mode is better for the eyes. But it's on internet, so I don't trust them. And so that's why I use dark mode.
It's on the internet. What I'll say is that light mode is easier to see if you have astigmatism like I do. Because dark mode, things tend to blur together a little bit. Even though I can see this perfectly clear. I can see almost every pixel in this on my 5K monitor. But over on the right hand side, I have a dark mode thing, my Streamlabs, and it is actually harder to see. Okay, let's move to the next thing. So
we have a brand new VS Code.
We do. Now, I didn't know that you could just install extensions like this.
Yes, it's faster, and you can put this in a script.
That is true.
And you can automate the onboarding of your
Captain Automation
employees.
Comes through. That is fantastic. Captain Automation comes through. You can install extensions for your VS Code. By the way, thanks for the follow. A Digital Nomad. And also Aiden Montgomery, who I apparently missed. And coding it wrong prior to that. So thank you. Appreciate it. Coding it wrong, of course, is Josh Justice, who also does streaming. He's going to be streaming actually later on Twitch, so check him out. Today.
Nice. We can we can run an invite. No, a raid.
A raid. Yes. Let's do a raid.
We are
Let's do a
going to
raid
raid
after this.
at
Yeah.
the end. Of
Actually,
course.
I don't know. I think he started at like 1 p.m. and we may not still be going at that point. We'll see. All right.
We'll see.
So Aiden says, I use power level 10K theme for Oh My Z
Yeah.
shell. It's very useful. I don't
So, yeah, you can
what's
have
good about it?
plenty-
Excuse
So
me.
you can have plenty of information. So I tend to don't add a lot of extra things.
Oh.
This is nice. I think I had kind of the same when I started,
Oh.
and now I just removed everything. I have the pure prompt.
With
It
nothing
just
at all.
depends.
Yeah.
Yes, with nothing, just the branch.
Yeah. For me,
Because it tends to slow down a bit your terminal.
that is true. I have the branch and I have the current working directory is what I have on mine right now. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's got a lot to it. That's cool. I like it. Okay. So JavaScript and TypeScript playground in your editor. So that's Wallaby.js. All right. So let's see here. I need to not do expose because it like makes it so that like you go blank basically. So
Yeah.
So how do I use Wallaby?
So imagine you're on the situation like this, and you want to merge two arrays.
Okay.
But you are doing a really complicated features in app.
Okay.
So you don't want to leave your editor. So you just hit Command Shift and P.
Command Shift P.
Yes, new Coca JavaScript or TypeScript file.
New, let's say TypeScript file. Okay.
So let me check because I need to check.
Coca, it's basically, yeah, it's like a REPL or a playground.
Just a playground.
Yeah.
So with that, you can write const hobbit equals hobbits, const hobbits equals Mary Pippin in an array.
I don't know how to spell Mary. Okay.
Yes, Mary Pippin. Well, it's the same. Pippin.
Pippin?
And after that,
Not Scottie Pippen.
Yes, Pippin is fine. And after that, we can write const human equals Isildur. No, not Isildur.
Oh
Yes,
man,
Isildur
you're gonna
is
make
fine.
it really tough on me, aren't you?
No, it's
I'm just gonna
okay.
go Jamon and David because I assume we're both humans. All right.
Oh yes, humans. Yes, that's fine. And if we want to, so we have that.
Yeah.
And we want to. So if you just write human.
Yeah.
Human and
enter. Look at that to the right.
You got the preview. So
right.
That's pretty nice. And after that, you can write a new const like the awesomes and merge these two arrays. Yeah, so you got it. You can do whatever you want, in fact.
So it's not showing me now.
No, because you need to put the result. So you need to put that in a new const.
Oh, yeah,
const
okay.
Result equals, and after that, just write down the result.
Ah, mm-hmm. There it is. So we have the uppercase humans. Yep.
So cool. I use it from times to times.
Yep.
When I got like a query from the API.
Yeah.
I want to merge two objects, but I have no idea. I am using a computer.
Yeah.
So,
help me, computer.
Help me, computer. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So I like Coca. That's cool. What else can it do? Is there anything like specific, or is this kind of the primary thing?
Plenty of things. To be honest, I don't really know. I just use that.
You just use the playground.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And when I write some scripts, bash, some yarn package and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it's you. We can do an entire episode about it, but this one, when you are in a situation where, I don't know how to split arrays or things like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Now we have some snippets here. Talk to me about this. React Native snippets.
So we all know that Ignite is the best CLI in the world
Thank you.
of React Native.
I will send you my send you the endorsement check later.
But sometimes you don't have this type, because on for people who don't know, we have generators
Right.
on
Ignite. Yeah.
and it's a Rails way, or I think Angular have the same. You just run computer, make me a new component, and boom.
Yeah, generate component, and this won't work because this isn't a ignited project, but you would do something like
that.
Music player, and
Yeah.
then it would generate it. But we're not doing that right now, but this is something similar to that then.
Yes, so for example, you can go on your code. So it's basically all the snippets for React
Yep.
Native, TypeScript, Redux, all the things like that. And I use it all the time not just for creating new components.
By the way,
Because it's all,
I'm very, very sorry to hear. Is there a shortcut for just making this disappear instead of clicking the X?
yes, you can. Oh, escape.
It's just escape. I guess what? No.
I don't know. To be honest, what you can do, you can go on the left on the bar
Okay.
and right click and disappear to on the dark one. Right click and hide. No, on the right, on the with the
Command J.
icons. Because normally you can. Let me check on code.
So Danny said it's Command J.
Oh yes, great, thank you, Danny.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's nice because look at this. I can just like pop, 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 pop. Nice. See, chat always comes through.
Yes.
What's command question mark? Whoops. You'd have to do a
yes, the one
shift.
question mark. It's work.
That's
I
the
think
help.
It's working.
There is Command K, Command R. Let's do that. Command K, Command R. Oh, this is like a cheat sheet. Okay, interesting. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
and I do the same as Danny. I hide everything, and yes, I have more.
Command B is for the left.
Yeah,
Now-
it's for the browsing stuff.
If we had a README, which we don't, but let's make one. Okay, and hello, and then we were like, we had something selected. We hit Command B. Oh, it still does work. There was an extension that was hijacking this for me, and it was making Command B do like bold.
Yeah, so that's why you are happy to have two different VS codes, because sometimes
It won't get in the way.
well,
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, yeah, Danny wins. Exactly. Also, hi, says Danny. Hi, Danny. Ahmed says, I hate that it has lots of snippets that I just use one or two of, so I created my own. That's true.
yes, you can do that. But so I agreed, but I don't want to maintain myself, so it depends.
Danny
Sometimes
says put the sidebar on the right. Now, what do you think about that,
Yes.
David? You agree?
It depends. I don't know. To be honest, I'm used to have this on the left, so because all the entire internet have this on the left. So, for example, Notion, I got this on the left. Twitter, I got this on the left. But I know there is a lot of people like to have it on the right. But I think it's like a matter of preference.
How do you
It's like
do
the
that?
same as before. I was using AZRT, AZRTY.
Yeah.
And now I'm using QWERTY, and QWERTY, you're like, it's much better.
Yeah.
So
No, that makes sense. A friend of mine also uses that on the right, and he says it's great because when you open your Explorer, it doesn't move your code around. So you can sort of like keep your code in the same spot. So it's right here. It's under View, Appearance, Move Sidebar Right. Now, it's going to take some getting used to. Fun fact. I started with a code editor called Dreamweaver MX 2004. All right?
MX.
Yes, MX.
Macromedia. What do you call
Macromedia.
Macromedia thing?
They had the files on the right. And it was an underrated code editor. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. Now, a lot of people look at Dreamweaver and think, oh, it's a visual editor. Okay, yeah, it had a visual editor. The visual editor sucked. I get it, yep. But in terms of like editing code back in the day, 2004, it was pretty solid. And so the Explorer, the File Explorer is on the right. And so I'm totally down with this. Now, what's kind of cool, this is what my friend Kyle was talking about. Command B does not change where your code is. Notice I'm popping that in and out, and it's not moving my code at all. I can just be doing this and don't even notice, you know, my code editor or my Explorer popping open and not. Question, do you use the this mini map thing on the right?
No mini map.
You turn that off.
Same as Danny. Danny. I turn it off. The mini map. I turn it off.
Where is that?
The branch name on the bottom. I turn it off. So minimap hide. I think it's show.
Am I missing something? Oh, right here. Sorry, it's under View. Show minimap. Boom. It's off. For me, the sidebar on the right is better because the text always jumps around when you open or close. Yep. Jumps around if you have it on the left, correct. Dreamweaver is for the real ones, says Danny. See, Danny's cool. Wow, you are that old, says Digital Nomad. Yes, I'm that old. I'm that old. If Todd is still around, you know, he can talk about what he uses, and then you'll think he's even older. But uses Vim, I think, in terminal. Okay, so that's a good optimization here as well. That's very cool. What next? What else do we have here? This is so cool, by the way, dude. We are really making some good progress here. Let's look at the React.js snippets. So what do you use from these snippets? RNC?
Oh, so okay. So imagine you want. Don't forget front page. The
front page.
So
I did not use.
Let's focus. We want a new component. We want. So go on folder. Can you create just real quick a new component, but not on a new file?
Okay. New file.
So yes, new folder. So we will do component and new file, like hello. No.
Hello.
Which no? So we need something.
Okay.
What kind of app are we going to create, during this stream?
It's not going to be much. I mean, we can just do some like text.
Okay. So, one thing. So, can you add an uppercase to the hello?
Oh yes, on it.
Because if you don't do that, the snippets are going to autocomplete without the uppercase, and it's annoying.
I did not know that. That's interesting to know. Okay.
So now, so imagine you are on the React world. You can just write. No, React Native. So sorry. So RNF.
Oh, look at this. By the way, as I'm doing this, it's giving me my options here. React Native functional component, React Native functional export component. So RNFE, React Native functional export component with styles. And then without the export. So RNFES, enter. And then it does the hello, and I can just immediately change that to, in this case, it actually did lowercase. Interesting. But it gives me the ability
so I
to
think
do
it's
that.
because you created, so yes.
Oh, let me start over. Let me delete this. Let me delete this. And let's create this file. And I'm going to change this to...
I think it's that because there is a cache. There is a small cache.
Hello-world.js.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go RNC or RNFES, enter. Ah, you're right. Hello world. Look at that. So if I wanted to change it, it's already auto-selected everything. It also puts in view, text, blah, blah, blah. It even creates a style sheet for me. Which is kind of cool. So has all that stuff. It also has the imports. Danny says the only issue with the snippets is I never know which one is the one I want. And I think Ahmed said that he uses his own because there are so many that he doesn't use.
Yeah, at some point, well, I like to share that with my students because it's like always in a pain when you know a new technology, like, oh, so create a new component, and they're like, oh, importing sidechain, that it takes forever.
Right, right.
So with that, I never, to be honest, I don't know how to write style sheet create. I always forgot.
That makes sense. Now, why is it doing
And
spaces 4? Is there kind of a... Actually, if I do command dot here, and I go to indentation, that's 8 for some reason.
2.
Oh, that might be pixels. That's pixels. Never mind. Tab size right here. So this should be 2.
Yes.
And I'm going to come back here, and I guess I have to... Let me just start that over again here. Whoops. So if I had a wrapper... Yeah, it's working now.
Mailker, hello. We are talking about automations and VS Code. What is your best advice?
Yeah, hey Jesse. Spacing will sometimes be automatic based on what's in the file. Yep. But this already had 2, so that was weird that it did 3 there or 4 there. Okay, yeah. So that's an interesting one. Are there any other snippets you use?
Yeah, of course, because we are TypeScript junkie. So if you create a new component like hello TypeScript.ts,
okay,
you notice a difference. When you all the snippets we have.
Or actually, let me do
if
TSX.
You hello TypeScript, yes. If you write TS, yes, it's TSRN. We have the same, but with the TypeScript props.
That's cool.
The same. No, it's like you
RN
earn 500 milliseconds in the process, but
TSRN
that's
FS.
what we want.
So if you got really good at it, you'd be like TSRN FS, boom. And then let's say that you were just even like RN. So I was thinking that like there could be, let's see, what else do we have here? There's a const, that's a class constructor, context, redux, redux actions. So there's a bunch of other stuff like that. Okay, makes sense.
Yes, to be honest, it's well documented, and we are just exposing the ones you are going to use 80% of the time.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But you can plenty of them with the Redux and things like that. So.
Cool. So with that in mind, that could be. Now, can you edit those snippets?
So these ones, I don't know. I never tried.
Let me see if there's a, because that's a very interesting thing here. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Others. CMMB is like a comment. So let's just put at the top here. We're like, oh, we want to put a comment. CMMB. Whoops, too many M's. MB. Hello. Nice. I like it. And then DESC would do a describe block, which would be in like a test. So first, and then hello TypeScript. Okay, and then so I could do something there, and then I could put a test in. So test this tab, enter it.
Yes, for the test, it's nice as well.
There's probably an it as well, or no, an expect. Sorry. Okay, S-test. S-test. Oh, so that's like testing a particular component. SR test with Redux, I guess. More Redux stuff, higher order component as well. Okay, yeah, interesting.
Do you remember how was higher order component?
I remember that. I definitely remember that. Relstoke, hey,
So yes,
howdy.
What's the situation with the higher order components? By the way, it's like,
well,
they still exist.
They do still exist. Basically, it's like it still happens. Like you still do that to some degree, but there are better ways to kind of approach the problems that they tend to solve, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
Danny says my favorite snippet is the uState one because it auto fixes the casing of the setter. Ooh, really? How does that work? Let's see if we can figure that one out. So there might be like uState snippet. Okay. Hello. That didn't work. Is that the wrong one? Maybe I used the wrong one.
Now hit tab.
Tab just like kills it. Oh wait, when I hit tab it worked. I had to do it like all in the right order.
Yeah. You need to follow the steps.
So, do you have a shortcut for this problem here? So Command dot will allow me to update the import. But do you have like a way to do that like across the whole file? I mean, I can go here and do Command dot and then add all missing imports.
No, to be honest, I do it one by one because
one by one. Know. Yeah.
Because, for example, you have button.
Yeah.
Where should I import it? Or the famous scroll view. Are you going to import the scroll view from React Native or for the stack?
It always comes in from the wrong one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
that's true.
So
that is famous.
And there is no way the computer can fix it.
Yeah. That's true. Danny, yep, we figured it out after a bit. You know, you have to be patient with us. our speed on this. Relstoke, are you a Tailwind CSS fan? I haven't really used it much, to be honest, so I don't have a lot of an opinion. What do you think, David? Do you like Tailwind?
So personally, I like it. I found it's awesome, but people need to be careful with this tool because people don't know to write CSS, so they don't know to write Tailwind neither, and you need to add a lot of work on top of it.
Yeah.
It depends. It always depends. Depends. Yeah. It's not like it's gonna solve everything.
Right.
It solves a lot of problems.
Yep.
I like it. I use it, but because I started my career, like writing plain CSS, but like plain CSS, no pre-processing, nothing.
Right.
So it's awesome, but you need to take some time to create like really nice primitives at the beginning. Otherwise, it's chaos.
Yeah.
And you duplicate everything. So
totally. Let's see here. So, next thing. So snippets are cool. Turbo console log. And by the way, I agree with you on that sort of, just in general about that sort of thing. So Code Insider, well, code, you would just write code if you're not using Code Insiders. Install extension, and then this is turbo console log. Let's go take a look at this. So this makes debugging easier by automating the operation of writing meaningful log messages. Select a variable, press Ctrl-Alt-L.
And it just autocomplete the console log with the line and with the variable you selected. That's it.
Really?
One thing, one tool, one offer, and yes, this tool just do that.
What is it? Control-Alt-L. All right, so let's say that I'm here, And I'm like, I want to know what is hello anyway. Control Alt L. Whoa.
So it's gonna be, yeah, okay. So that's the first one. Okay, so now can you log something else, like the styles, for example, line 24?
I have to select it. Control Alt L. All right, what did you say? Styles.
So
okay.
yes, but keep the first one, yes.
What am I doing?
Add the other one.
What am I doing? Okay, I'm back. All right. Sorry, say again.
So yes, keep it the one line 10 and do it like line 24. Yes, perfect.
Okay.
So you select styles. So imagine you have a file with millions of lines and millions of console log.
Okay.
And you want to delete all of them at once. You just run Command Shift P, delete logs, and boom, it's gonna delete all the logs at once.
No way. They're just gone. Delete all, and it is Command,
yes,
or it's Shift Option D. So if I do Shift Option D, they go away. Whoa.
It's also,
also, let's see here. So I'm actually really curious about something here. Let me do const Jamon equals Jamon. All right. And now I want to see, like, so I select this and I do Option Control L. Okay. I was hoping that it would update the line, but it doesn't look like it does. That would have been cool.
yeah. So I think you need to save the file.
Oh, before I do it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll save, and then I'll do this, and I'll do Control Alt L. Nope. What did I do? Control Alt L. Yeah, it didn't update that. That's okay. Like, I get it. You know, one thing that's kind of cool in like PHP and stuff is you can actually do like underscore line. Can you do that in JavaScript? You'd have to do it as a interpolated thing here.
Yeah, I got no idea.
I feel like there was a way to do underscore. There's file name, but there's not line. So I can't do a line there. That would have been cool. Danny says, I recently started using the Jest extension, still not deciding if I liked it or not. Is that the one that automatically runs your tests for you? Because I actually have that on mine. And I also am a little bit unsure whether I like it or not. I like it for fast tests. I don't like it for slow tests. We can take a look at that. But what was it? Option Shift D. Wait, hold on. Oh. Since this one was edited, it looks like it didn't delete it.
If you edit the
description,
so it's not perfect.
yeah. But that's okay. Like I get what you're doing there. That's cool. Double click.
But the thing is, if you select 3 different variables, so for example, if you duplicate line 9, with the command, so you don't have the same shortcuts, and you select 3 different variables, it's gonna automatically write 3 times console log for you, or at once.
So if I had like these two, and then whoops. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it just drops those in.
Yeah.
Just like that. Very cool. Well, that would definitely be helpful because I do this all the time. Ehab Katab says, can I generate a Prettier RC out of an existing project?
Yeah, I think it's Prettier init.
Prettier init.
I think so.
I just put it in my package.json though. I just go to package.json and I go down to here and I go Prettier, and then I put in here semi-false, for example, print width you know, 120 or whatever you want to do. And then you do need to have, by the way, you do need to have the extension, whoops,
yes,
for Prettier installed. So I would do that. Prettier, what's the difference here? Pre-release. This is the one that's installed the most, so I'm just going to do that one. Okay, installing
yes.
it.
You definitely don't want to install a pre-release of Prettier.
Yeah. Prettier's here. It did not do anything, though. I don't know why. Do I have to, like, reload all or restart or reopen these?
No, so you need to format and save. So now you need to hit command and comma.
Command comma goes to, this is in any Mac app. Command comma goes to the preferences. Format on save, and then just check that box. And then when I hit save,
magic happens.
Magic doesn't seem to happen.
Oh.
Formatter must be available.
So I think you need to select the. Sometimes it doesn't take the
default formatter.
The default, yeah.
That's it. So, wait, where's?
Oh, so probably you need to reload.
Reload.
Yeah. We installed a lot of different extensions.
It's true. Yeah. So is there a
that may be a good opportunity to reload VS Code?
Developer reload window. So that reloads everything. And then if I go here and I go format, default format, is it there? Oh yeah, look at this. Prettier.
Yeah. So I will answer to Hinab tab. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Yeah, so you definitely have a way to generate a Prettier RC file.
Yeah.
From a brand new project. Depends. Definitely there is a way. There is a way. You need to check on the documentation. I don't remember how to do it, but.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, understand the formatting that's already there, and then
I think so.
Generate a Prettier RC from that. That seems like a long shot to me. That definitely seems like a long shot. Okay, well, I got it to work. You kind of saw what I did there. If not, you can always like go back and look at it again. That's cool though. Turbo console log. I like it. Expo Tools. Now this is specifically for Expo by Cedric. I like that. My son's name is Cedric, but this is not my son.
Oh, it's not your son.
No. But Cedric's a cool guy. VS Code Expo. And it's complementary Expo Tools for VS Code. Autocomplete and validation of your app JSON or app config.js manifest. Automatic config plugins, validation in IntelliSense. And then you have some things like some iOS stuff here.
Yeah, so basically it's when we are writing code.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose time to go on the Expo documentation, even though if it's good.
Okay, here's Cedric, by the way.
So this tool is basically the documentation. You have the autocomplete on your app.json file.
Yeah. By the way, David, would you mind posting this Notion thing in the chat?
Oh, sure.
It'll be in Twitch chat if you're on YouTube, by the way. Most people are on Twitch, but...
Can do something better.
Nice.
I will do a bit.ly for you guys.
Perfect. Gotta automate that. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It has some things that you can do, and then yeah, if I create an app JSON, I have one already. Okay, so app JSON, and if I go in here and I do like Expo, all right, And then it gives me all of these different things that I can do. Plugins. All right, yeah. Missing property name, missing property select. So that gives me that. That gives me some, you know, easy validations and like, yeah. So name is going to be code optimization. And what was it? Slug is going to be com.jamonholmgren.code optimization, maybe something like that. And then it says friendly URL should not. Oh, so it needs to be a. Oh. Oh, okay. So it's not this style. It's just Jamon Holmgren.
Yes, because that's what's gonna.
So this really would be code optimization.
Website.
Sorry.
On the Expo dev, yes. It's not the Slug.
Something like this.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a code display up. So that's one of the things that does. Very cool.
Yeah, what you were looking for was on the iOS key, under the iOS key, I think. The Slug for the iOS app.
Yeah, that would be like the package name or whatever.
Yeah,
or App Store URL, bundle identifier, maybe something like that. So it'd be like com.infinitered or Jamon Holmgren. Dot code optimization or something like that. That's cool though. Yeah, nice. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Nice. Very cool. Linter. So, VS Code ESLint. Let's install that. All right. And then some people have like love-hate relationships with linters. Danny says, did you see 0.68 pre-releases out? Yes. Did see that. Have not looked into it though. Go ahead, David.
Yes, I understand because it's the same. What Abraham Lincoln said. You need to dedicate time to sharpen your tools.
It's true.
So
it's true.
And every time, no, not every time, but if you want to rush it, it's gonna complain and you don't want to be frustrated. So for example,
right.
If you take like 3 days, let's say 3 days, if everything is bad, to set up a really nice linter, it will benefit your Friday nights for the next 10 years.
That's you know what? I agree with you. So format on save, you have to format on the search input. Whoops, what did I do?
Yeah, so that's what we have done before.
Oh, we already did that. Yep.
Yeah. And so 2 things. Prettier, it's just the formatting for semicolons, spaces, curly brackets, things like that. And ESLint is different. ESLint is the one with the error like, oh, you define a const, but you don't use it. You define a variable, but you are not using it.
Yep.
You using a default export, and now we are using the export. Plenty of rules like that.
Yep.
And I understand why people don't like it, because they don't want to take the decision on it. So
totally makes sense.
That's why I use ESLint conf from William. He's a famous YouTuber, a French. Hello, William.
Hey, William.
Because
I'm potentially going to have him on at some point, by the way.
Yes. So does InfiniteRed have an ESLint configuration?
We don't.
Oh, so use the one from William. No, but to be honest, it's because I don't have time.
Yeah.
I just
use his.
Every project that I work, I use this one.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, if, for example, your API use snake case or whatever, you can always specify rules on top of it and say, oh, I don't want to have this.
Yep.
These rules.
Yep.
So let's just get rid of it.
So instead of making an ESLint config, because I don't like having more and more configs in my
Oh, so
root.
you are a
I'm just in
monofile
package
guy.
JSON. Yes, I am. I put an ESLint config here. So we're about an hour and a half into this. Let's take a little break, David, and then we will come back. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. We will be back and do some more configuration of our stuff here. And yeah, we'll see you in maybe about, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there. All right. See you in a bit.
All right, guys. See ya. So I agreed with you, Danny. Back in the stream. And yes, when you start using TypeScript, it's like impossible to go back after. And yes, setup of William. I don't know if he spent time on it, but I assume he do some videos and every week. So I guess his ESLint config is pretty up to date. And I use it on all my projects because I don't have time to set up everything by myself. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. So that's why I have some errors on some projects that I use. But yes, when you explore the ESLint config from William, you can get there. And he's using the TypeScript recommendations, the React Native recommendations, even the Expo one, I'm not sure. Yeah. So Danny is doing some research. Spoiling alert. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I was staying with Sublime Text at the beginning, because I hate so much the shortcuts, the basic shortcut. No, it's not I hate so much. It's because I learned the Sublime ones, and I don't want to change. So one thing, if there is someone working on Notion who can do the same key bindings as Sublime Text in Notion, that will be good. No, we need like a format for all of these things. All the code editors should have the same shortcuts, because on Atom, yes, on Atom it's the same. On Atom there's the same key bindings as on Sublime Text. So, hey.
Lots of chats with Danny, it looks like. Started on
Yes.
Atom. Okay.
Talking about key bindings.
Yes.
We need a format for that. Let's create a new consortium of key bindings to have all the same in the same software.
Yes. Oh man, that's another very like personal thing where, like for me, like when you say Command P, a lot of times I'm doing Command T.
Yeah.
And I've actually gotten it to where, like, Command T does this like hash here.
Tab. Yeah.
So, and Command P doesn't. But there is a way to change that, and I forget exactly how you do that.
Yes, install the Sublime Text key bindings.
Is that what the next thing is? Perfect.
Yeah. So that is spoil our lives.
All right, so that's our next one. This is a bonus here. So, no. What did I do? All right. Why is it?
No problem.
Why is it not? I thought it was selecting everything. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Says that it can't find that. Says use the full.
Oh, so it's VS Code. Oh no, it's Microsoft. Install Microsoft dot.
Is it Microsoft dot? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's on Microsoft, so
It doesn't like that.
Nope.
Actually, if I look it up over here, let's see. Sublime.
Yeah.
So let me see here. It doesn't give it. Oh, VS Code dot Sublime key. Yeah, or it's MS dash VS Code. That's what it is. So if I delete all this and go MS Code dash Sublime key bindings, now it works. Okay. Would you like to customize VS Code to behave more like Sublime text? Do you hit yes on that?
Yes.
And then it says no Sublime settings found.
It's okay.
Okay, I think I can. So
yes,
now if I go here and hit Command T, yes, it doesn't have it anymore. It doesn't have that little like hash octothorpe thing. So if I go here, Command T, Command P,
yes,
it's good. Yeah.
Command Shift D, duplicate. Command Control arrows, move the lines, all the shortcuts.
Just Option, Command Control. Does the same thing. I just do Option up and down. That's more of a VS Code thing, I think, though. So, you mean after Eclipse and Notepad++? Yeah. Well, I started with QBasic. Or technically Edlin. Okay, so that's a good one because, you know, and you don't have to do that. I mean, that's just if you're more of a, like us, more of a Sublime text person. By the way, you can find David over Flexbox. You can find him there. You can find him on Twitter with Flexbox with an underscore afterward. So go hit follow on him. He does talk about React Native all the time. He's got what is this Gumroad thing again? Automate your.
Oh, so it's my script to basically have a pool of infinite job offer. So
a pool of infinite job offers.
No. That's the thing, because I put the people on a funnel.
Yeah.
They need to. So if they want to reach me, they need to fill an Airtable form.
Okay.
First, and if the form doesn't align with my requirements,
right?
I don't send them my Calendly link,
right? So
they can't contact me basically. Yeah. But I keep their email just in case.
So you can reach out anytime you want.
Yeah, and because the thing is, when it's your first job, it's really frustrating to find your first job. Mm-hmm. At university, teachers don't teach you how to use GitHub.
Yeah.
You learn how to be an individualist. You don't learn how to work as a team.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, totally.
And so that's the first thing. And the second thing is you don't really know how to ask questions.
Right.
Like how to write a decent LinkedIn profile.
Yep.
So this small guide encapsulates everything.
That's great. Go ahead and put it in the chat so people can take a look at that. That's awesome. Captain Automation here. So anything that you see from David's going to be automated and really kind of like streamlined. He spends a lot of time sharpening the tools. It's really awesome. So what other things, does anybody have questions about this? I know that, okay, actually, let me say, Danny mentioned the jest thing. So let me actually just go ahead and let's see here. By the way, with Z shell, you can put ... and it will actually cd or it'll be like cd ... cd ... And the more dots you put, the further back it goes. Okay. So just 1 obviously stays in the current one. 2 goes back. 3 goes back too. So I'm going to go to, say, glue gun. All right. What do I have? Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Stash. All right. Pull down, glue gun. I'm going to yarn because that's apparently what I do like 3/4 of the time. Code. What is it? Code insiders.
Dash insiders.
Code insiders dot. We'll open that up. Yes, I trust the authors. And so one of the things that's kind of cool is, let's say I go to, let's see, what's a good test here? Let me go to the toolbox. No. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was just, okay. So let's go to like meta tools test, or what's a good one? Actually patching does not have tests. Strings.
Let's write one.
You could write one. String tools. Okay, this one's good. So this one has a bunch of tests, right? And let's say that we're working on one of these, and we want to run this. Is not string, for example. So we want to be like expect is not string, and then this is going to be like, let's say some like maybe new date. Okay. And I want that to be, what do I want it to be? False, of course. Or no, true, sorry. It is not a string, right? So how do I just run just this test? Well, the extension that you want is the one that Danny referred to, and that's called jest, I believe. Or is it just runner? Which of the two is this? I always forget. Interactive run.
It's just jest.
Just jest. Okay, there is just runner, but I think that we want this one. All right, so let's install the pre-release on this. And now when I come back here, there's a little like green, it's probably hard to see, but there's a little green arrow there.
Oh, okay.
And Danny says, the coverage feature from the jest extension I definitely really like. It's just a shame that the extension is kind of slow. It's just jest. Well, I didn't try the runner one. Okay, no problem. By the way, test finished. All right, so now if I hit save, it is actually running all of these because I hit save, but it's running them in tandem. So let's say that I messed this up and I wrote false and I hit save. There's an X right there, and it underlines the test that failed. And if I hover over it, it actually tells me, for example, I got false instead of true, right? So it gives me information about this. This is not a string. Are you not entertained? Wow, okay. Is that what it said?
Nice comments.
I gotta go see what this is all about. Okay. Is not string. Where are we getting this from? Ah, there it is. This is not a string. So is not string. That's the string types. String tools is not string. Okay, so in this case, we're just doing the is, not is string here. We have a bunch of, basically we're pulling these in from Lodash. That's pretty much what we're doing here. So a lot of this stuff kind of is pulled in that way. But because there's an is somewhere in here, or maybe we import it. Is, where's is? It doesn't matter. But anyway, as you can see, it's kind of cool because you can see which one it is. And then if I go in here and save it, it reruns all the tests. It'd be kind of cool if it only ran this one. Now, one little tidbit is you can say test.only. And now it should skip all the others. Yeah, you can see here that these are just the run button. And this one has the check. Nice. So test.only is good when you're working on a test. And by the way, that works across the board, even if you're just running it from the command line. Open the Test Explorer. Let's look at the Test Explorer. I think is it this one right here? Or what do you, we need to normalize film quotes in JSDoc. The red lines with the test log are really nice. Yeah, I agree with that. Is it here? Run and debug. Debug terminal.
Or you can run it from, if you hit Command, Shift, and P, Jest. You probably got a shortcut for that.
Okay. Test. What am I looking for here? Test. Explorer? Focus on test Explorer view. Oh. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I've used this. Is that this? That's this. Oh, it's that thing right there. Have you used this, David?
No, I never. No, I always use the test feature on the terminal.
Yeah. Look at this, though. Look at
But
this.
this is nice.
It is nice.
You have like basically everything, and you can run it one by one.
Individual tests.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like it, Danny. I like it. That's really cool. That's really cool. Is there anything else this can do? This is pretty cool. And then I just hit this button and it runs all of them. I'm doing glue gun because it's way faster than the Ignite tests, which, by the way, I'd love to get those faster. That's something that we should work on at some point here. I've been using a lot. Yeah. Totally. What's this? Is this like stepping through?
Yeah, but so the thing you need to save, so you need to click on the button. Or when you save, it automatically runs the test.
I'm gonna make one fail. So I'm gonna just do that. So it's rerunning everything when I hit save. Okay, now it shows which one failed. I go here. Now, if I do that, run and debug. Okay. Now it's showing me the terminal output. So it allows me to see the terminal output.
Yes.
Okay,
and now he said he's...
All right, debug console. So I would have to evaluate expressions. So this is an interesting one too. Whoops. So what environment? Probably Node. Let's say Node. So now we're in debug mode here. Oh, it doesn't like this because we're running this. We have to create a launch JSON file in order to do that because we need to be able to run it with tsgest. JavaScript. What's debug URL? No, that's the URL that I had. Debug URL. Huh. Okay. Well, anyway, doing some exploratory stuff here. You can have a debug setup in your config, and you can debug the tests inside VS Code with breakpoints and etc. See, I need to actually get better at things like breakpoints and stuff. Do you use breakpoints, David?
Yes, all the time. I use debugger all the times, but not in tests. I use debugger, yes, all the time.
Yeah.
And React Native debugger.
By the way,
depends.
I think I do need that launch JSON file. Maybe this one? Okay, so there's add configuration here. Just now, there's probably some sort of a tsgest situation here that I'm missing. So probably not what we want there. Okay. Well, anyway, the idea here is that you do need to get it set up, and I have done this before where I've had this working, you know, and that is helpful. By the way, is this a brand new file? I need to actually go glue gun here. Okay, it must be ignoring that because it's not showing up in there. But anyway, get reset hard. We're just going back to normal. Cool. Danny says Command-Shift-P jest. There should be a setup extension command. Yeah. Jest setup extension. So Okay. Sounds good. What do I do now?
Oh, so it's a wizard. So just set up, yes, run.
Oh, right up there.
Hmm.
Probably debug. Just test from the terminal. I mean, I can run it with like yarn. Yarn jest probably.
Yeah, because
Use
it's not installed globally, so
current probably. Yep. And then there's other ones. Okay, I'll exit. All right, so now maybe it's set up. And let's try debugger. Okay, and then I do have this here. It's breakpoint. So let's try adding a breakpoint there. Did it stop? Maybe I have to run this. So this is obviously showing the broken just debug configuration did not change. Well, anyway, something's wrong here. It's not exactly working how I want it to. Essentially, you would want it to be so that you could set a breakpoint. When it stops here, then you'd be able to read all of the local variables. You'd be able to kind of see what's going on, basically. So, yeah, I'm just going to rerun all the tests. They should all pass, so we should be good. And down in the bottom right, by the way, it says running tests. Oh, I don't know if you can see that.
yes, Denny says it's cool when it works.
It's cool when it works, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like a piece of technology you need to... At some point you need to work.
I would have to... He said you'd have to delete the existing... Oh yeah, there's jest, yarn jest. I'd have to delete this one and get it to work, but that's okay. We're getting toward the end of our stream, so I'm gonna call it good on that. But yeah, I mean, like, this is really good. Now I know you've got all kinds of other things, David, like things that you do for speeding up basically what you do. By the way, this was Command J, I think, to get rid of that. Yep, that's cool. Any other things that kind of come to mind as you're thinking about like how you set up your development setup with VS Code and whatnot?
So on VS Code, no, I have scripts on my machine.
Yeah,
like GitHub. If you people want to check, it's github.com/flexbox/setup. And a part of that,
box setup.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, so github.com/flexbox/setup. Automate the macOS setup for a productive React developer. And
So,
yep.
and you can when I install a new stuff, I just run brew bundle. Okay. And it's gonna pop everything from the brew file.
I didn't know brew could do that. It's sort of like yarn install or bundler, like bundle.
Yeah, it's the same. So you basically have a package JSON with all the
file.
software.
Yeah.
Yes, on the brew file.
Okay, that's really cool.
And you can add software like
Zoom,
VS Code,
VLC.
Zoom, yes, Zoom.
Visual Studio Code
And,
Insiders.
oh yes, don't look at the Java thing. I'm not sure if it works in 2022, but for the other ones, for sure, it's working.
So this one, by the way, you don't want to install this one if you have an M1, by the way. Just so you know, I have a whole article about this. Shift.infinite.red. Don't use the wrong JDK for React Native. And actually, I need to update this because it says the wrong thing for 17. This is supposed to be something else. I'll fix it after this, but I think it's like 13 or 15 that you have to install. But this is the only thing that you need to be careful of if you have an M1, because you want it to be, because this one will run with Intel. And so you want it to be, something else. And then, but then you have like Gradle, some casks, Android SDK, Android Studio. This is really cool. I like it. That's fantastic. Yeah, definitely check out this one, everybody. That's neat. There's some cool stuff like FFmpeg and your GH CLI, Git, of course, Git extras, ImageMagick, NVM, Python, Watchman, Yarn, YouTube downloader.
Of course.
Yeah, gotta have that. iTerm 2. These, like, the casts are like general, like you can do Discord. It's like the whole thing. And then just Brew is sort of like local thing. Oh, I use Z. Z is cool.
Yeah, Z is cool. Yeah.
It lets you kind of jump. Like if I want to jump back to React or to Ignite, let's say Z Ignite, and I'm at Ignite. If I go Z RN Live, I'm there, and it's not just on code. I can like Z to downloads if I want. Well, actually, I haven't actually CD'd there. It tracks where you go, and then lets you like jump to that. It's a fuzzy finder. So, yeah. Very cool. Let's see. Danny says, I'm using Raycast recently to automate some things in an alternative to Spotlight.
Yeah. I use Alfred, but yeah, Raycast is... But I am feeling it's
Alfred?
web. Yeah, Alfred, all in Alfred. Best tool of the world.
Yeah, I figured that would probably appeal to you. I don't actually use Alfred myself.
Yeah, so it's nice because you have like shortcut history, snippets, but at the browser level. So when, for example, I have snippets for answering emails, I have snippets for say some phrase in sentences like business sentences.
Yeah.
That I wrote at the time, and the workflow feature allows you to open like 5 different software at once.
Nice.
Updating stuff, putting stuff in your clipboard, things like that. So for example, if you are running Heroku for say spinning up a new environment, you can like directly pasting on your clipboard the testing email that you are going to open on your Heroku testing environment, things like that. So
that's
and rectangle is also I use an old one. I use like a really old one.
Yeah, so Windows rectangle allows me to snap to full size, to the side, to the corner. There's other ones too, and other, they're really good, but this one is nice because you can just install it with Brew. So
okay, I paid mine like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So the best $10 invested on my life. best investment.
Quicker window snapping, custom shortcuts, and a few more things as well. Key combos.
So yeah, Danny said he would like to make a snippet for answering GitHub issues. So this one, you have it on GitHub on your settings.
Okay.
Like I have PR, I think it's like PR. Oh yes. So I have this. Oh. I added CPR. Can you have a look? Oh, so it's PR pull request. Yes, when I wrote a pull request, it's auto snippet. At here, I added this PR. Can you have a look? Pray icon.
Oh, nice. So you would that's a like a snippet. Yeah, that's cool. I do, one of the things that I do is I actually don't use GH. I use Hub, which is the older one. Which is probably not as good, but it is what it is, So like I go to, here's a pull request, for example.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to pull this down and like make a modification or run it or something. There's all this stuff here. So one thing I can do is I can look, oh, this is, 1900, right? So I'm going to Z over to Ignite, and then I go Hub, PR, Checkout, 1900. And what this will
Boom.
do, oops, git stash. Git stash pop. And I'm actually going to just do work in progress and check out master and pull down. Okay, let's try this again. Hub PR checkout 1900. And it will actually, let's see here. It'll actually grab, let's see. No, it did not. It didn't do like a remote connection, but we can do that pretty easily. The big thing here is that it fetched and it moved to that branch. So essentially now I have a branch with his changes, and I can then either push to it if he's allowed that, or I can make some changes myself and create my own PR or whatever. So I found that to be quite useful. I don't know if GH has that. I assume it does, but
Yeah, to be honest, it's really good.
yeah.
I use it. I moved to GH when it was released.
Yeah.
I think because I didn't install it. I use Hub as well.
Yeah.
And for some reason, so they are officially using they officially released CLI, so I jump in and yes.
Yep.
But I think it's basically the same. I use GH open create pull request, GH view repository.
One that I really like is actually if I go to code. So let's say I want to make a I'll just say work in progress, and then let's say that I want to make a GitHub repo. I just go hub create Jamon Holmgren code optimization, and I can do private if I want. In this case, I won't. And then it creates it, and then I have a little script that I just go GPO, and it'll push it up to that. So there we go. And then I can go to Jamon Holmgren code optimization, and there it is. Hello, yo.
Done.
So just right from the
nice.
command line, just makes it faster. All these things that like decrease the friction between you and being able to like do your job. I think are useful. By the way, we have not talked about the biggest optimization of all. The biggest of all. David, can you predict?
Drum. I can see it. I have a feeling that we are going to be automated by robots. We are going, oh my God, we are going to lose all our jobs.
Exactly.
And I think
Microsoft
is behind it, and the nano machines are behind it. We are all going to... obviously it's Copilot. I'm
GitHub Copilot
100% with you. Because basically,
I don't have it
did all your coworkers installed Copilot?
I kind of made them. Some of them are ignoring me, but I will get to them eventually. Here's the reality: like when you can come in here with GitHub Copilot, I went to my other one because I have it installed on there. But actually, what's a good example of this? Actually, let me go to Bro RPG. And so this is just something I've been making with my brothers. And it has various things. So you have this NPC and they can wander around and things like that. I will show this off in more detail as I get further into this, but we have wandering, we have chasing, and we have fleeing, right? So let's try the next one. By the way, it automatically said, oh, we want a behavior. Okay, cool. This is, by the way, JS doc. So it's sort of like TypeScript, but for JavaScript. I'm using that for this. Chase, we're going to chase NPC. Okay, what is it going to do here? Okay, well, first off,
let's see what happens.
It automatically says...
Boom.
It automatically says, okay, well, the NPC must have some sort of target, right? Ah, yes, it does, by the way. JSDoc says that there's a target, and it's the character right now. Or it's a character. It doesn't have to be my character, but it's a character. So what is the... So we need to look at... Are we going left or right or straight forward, right? So the X might be up and to the left. It might be bottom, down and to the right. So the DX and the DY are the direction. Okay. If math absolute dx is greater than math absolute dy, in other words, it's checking. I'm explaining what the bots are doing here, but basically it's saying we need to, with the speed of the NPC, which is this is actually not correct how I'm using it, but it's a good guess. So I would have to modify this, but it essentially will. Run in the direction that of its target, right? And then it does the speed thing. So
are you sure? Are you sure of that?
Right here, all I have to do is just change this to 1, and then it'll do what I want it to. Okay, cool. So that's done. Literally, all I did was hit Enter, Tab. I did not even tell it what method, by the way, to write.
And how can we test it?
We'll test it in a bit. Okay, so let's.
But I think we at the beginning of the stream, for people who are joining, we installed a really nice tool to test this kind of small script.
That's true. We could do that. I have no tests on this though.
If you copy paste that on Coca, you can.
That's true. That is very true. Like actually, let's do a quick. Let's see here. New file. And we're gonna go just JavaScript. So const npc equals, and we'll have x1 y1, and then we're gonna have target will be another object, and that will be x2 y2. All right, and then whoops, no, I don't want to save. Let's see here. This is nowhere near big enough. So now let's just make this into a function. So function follow NPC. So we're gonna see here NPC, and then there we go. All right. So now what we can do. By the way, now it's saying wander here. That's funny. Format document. All right, thank you, Prettier. So we have an NPC and we have a target, right? Oh, we do need a speed as well. So speed is 10. All right, that makes sense. So now we have to do some actual tests here, right? So what we want to do is we have our NPC. So I want to say follow NPC. In this case, we don't have a target. There's options here that's not used. Okay, so follow NPC, and now I need to see what NPC looks like. Interesting. So remember, NPC starts out at 1-1, right? Is that correct? So yeah. It's trying to go for 2-2. Let's actually say 20-20, all right? Or let's say, yeah, 20 to 20. Yeah, 20-20. So after we follow the NPC, it goes to 1-2, all right? Let's try following again. NPC. Ah, now it's at 2-2. So it went down, and then it went to the right, right? Oh, we need current time. You see how that was not a number? Current time is 0. All right, let's just go back down here. Ah, current time is now working. See, the time is increasing? That's important, that we want to see that. Let's follow it again. NPC, and let's see what it is. Ah, now it moved to 3. So 2, 3, so it went down again. Now let's go back up here and change our target to be, it'll be just to the right. So x20, but the y is the same value. So it should just go to the right, okay? Let's go down here and look. 2, 3, 4. It's just going to the right every time. So our follow that I copied and pasted from GitHub Copilot, by the way.
No, you didn't copy and paste. You just hit tab.
Well, correct. I copied what it did. All I hit was tab, and it's working. Okay, let's see if it does the same thing with, what's the next one? I don't even have to look. I don't even have to look. Watch. It's flee. Okay. Is it flee? Fleeing. Okay, so flee. Yes, flee is what we want, right? I haven't even wrote this yet, so let's see what it does. All right, tab. It's thinking. Okay, now we have a target, right? Now let's copy all of this stuff in, and let's see what it will do with flee. So I'll paste that in, and this needs to be function. We don't have an options. We don't need that. Okay. Same thing though. Let's do flee. Now let's look at, let's say that our X was 10. Whoops. And our Y was 10. And the target is at like 15 and like 5. So it's above it and to the right. What we want it to do is flee down and to the left. Okay. Let's change this from follow to flee. So let's change these 3 to flee. And let's see how this changes. Okay. So it goes down from 10, 10 to 10, 11, 10, 12. Whoops. 10, 10. Let's make this easier. It's 10, 10, and what it's trying to flee from is just at 1, 1. So it's top and to the left of there. All right. Goes down, down, down. Interesting. So this is not working. We would have to adjust this. By the way, did you notice one thing that was kind of interesting? I changed these from being speed, right, to just 1. It didn't try to use speed again. It just used 1 because it learned from what I did. Follow NPX should be NPC. What did I do? It is just NPC here, I think. Maybe that was a previous one, Uger. But anyway, yeah. So as you can see here, I used 2 tools. One, GitHub Copilot, amazing. And Quokka, which allowed me to actually see in real time what these functions are doing. Amazing. Is that not cool?
Yeah, to be honest, I use it all the time because I don't. We are using computers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Let the
so
computer
they can
do
do all the maths for us. So, and plus, I failed my job interview because they asked me to at Apple because they asked me to write down a Tower of Hanoi game in paper, and I was like, I don't know. Yes, I needed to write a recursive function to solve the Tower of Hanoi game. You know, you have 2 towers.
Yeah.
So it's like a basic programming skills. You have all the answers in books, but I just do login page. So I don't do this kind of stuff. So that's why I failed. But that was a funny experience.
Yeah, it is fun. I don't get the, like, hey, do this thing that you'll never do again as a test, you know. When I give coding take-homes to the people that I interview, it's like, here's a React Native app. It has a bug. Can you fix the bug?
Fix it.
Yeah.
Yes, or for example, here is an open source project.
Yeah.
Select an issue on it and fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like stuff like that. Yeah, just so much better. So, thanks so much, David. This has been fantastic. You're awesome. You do all this cool stuff. Please, everybody follow David on social media and see what he's up to, because he's got all these cool things that he does. And he'll be in the chat because he's been really good about popping by and saying hi. So you can ask him questions in the future.
Yes, on the React Native community,
exactly
on the Infinite Red community.
Yeah,
it's like community.infinitered.
Community.infinitered. See, you're even better than I am at promoting these things. It's fantastic. I love it. Let's see. So coding it wrong is unfortunately not live right now. Yeah, thanks a lot. You know, month preparing just to pass, says Danny. Tech interviews are the worst. Wait, when you hear Copilot. Derek says, thanks, Flexbox. This was awesome.
Yes, thanks for watching the stream. It was nice to be with you guys.
Yep.
Or ladies and gentlemen, I don't know.
Yes. Yes. And let's see. Yeah, I wish that that Josh was available and we would totally raid him, but that's cool. We'll just shut down the stream here in a bit, and we'll see you all probably Monday, I guess. So, all right, thanks a lot, everybody.
Thanks to you, Xiaoning.